Thank you for selecting Horizon Lift for your growing operation. This video will give you a step-by-step guide for proper and safe installation of the Horizon Lift light mover, along with the required tools and installation tips. Before you begin, it is strongly recommended that you read all of the available documents for your Horizon Lift light mover, which are the Warning Read Before Using Guide, Installation Instructions Guide, App Instruction Guide, and Troubleshooting. These documents will help you to familiarize yourself with your Horizon Lift light mover. You can also find these PDF documents online at www.horizonlift.com. The Horizon Lift light mover contains the Horizon Lift motor unit, one guide pulley assembly, one power supply, two cam buckle assemblies, two pieces of Velcro to secure excess webbing, one power plug adapter for 240 volt models. Only a few simple tools are required: a number 3 Phillips head screwdriver, tape measure, and ladder. A drill and wrenches may also be needed to complete the installation. The Horizon Lift light mover is designed to use commercial-grade strut easily available at big box DIY or other commercial suppliers. To install one Horizon Lift, you will need one piece of strut bar to hang the lights to, and 3 pieces of strut cut to a minimum of 12 inches in length to mount the motor unit, power supply, and guide pulley. You may also need an eye-bolt or D-ring to connect the clip hook on the cam buckle assembly to the 10-foot piece of strut used to attach the lights. These are sold separately and available at www.horizonlift.com. Now that you have the Horizon Lift tools and supplies, open the box and carefully remove the Horizon Lift unit. Be sure to grab the lift by the metal base frame and place the Horizon Lift on its side to avoid pressure on the mounting retainers. Locate and push the safety switch lever to make sure that the lever is springing back when pushed. Note that all Horizon Lift power supplies can accept multiple input voltages. Horizon Lift comes in 110 volt, 240 volt, and 277 volt versions. Always check that you are plugging in your Horizon Lift into the correct voltage. Check side of Horizon Lift power supply to confirm the correct setting for your power service. At this time, and while the Horizon Lift is easily accessible, it is recommended to sync up and/or rename your lift on your mobile device used to control the lift. To do this, plug the power supply into an outlet and plug the other end into the back of the lift. Locate the sticker on the back of the Horizon Lift to obtain the device ID code. Use the ID code to sync and/or rename the lift on the mobile device. Refer to the Horizon Lift app instructions located online at www.horizonlift.com. Safety is important. It is the user's responsibility to ensure that the ceiling, overhead support stud, or structure used for the mounting of the Horizon Lift is of adequate strength to hold the weight of the lift system, strut bars, and grow lights. If your existing overhead support location does not have a strut section or bar, you will need to purchase and install prior to attaching the Horizon Lift. As earlier mentioned, you will need one piece of strut bar and 3 pieces cut to a minimum of 12 inches. Locate and install the 12-inch pieces of strut used to mount the Horizon Lift power supply and guide pulley as shown. Note the 2 12-inch pieces of strut used to mount the lift unit and guide pulley need to be spaced 7 foot 6 inches between ends of strut. Mount the 3rd piece used to support the power supply in a suitable location and within reach of the supplied power cord. Slide the lift unit onto the mounted strut using the mounting retainers as shown. Do the same with the guide pulley and power supply. Lightly tighten the mounting retainers for a temporary securement and avoid accidental drops. The webbing used on the Horizon Lift is already deployed from the factory. The primary webbing hangs down from the power unit and has the disc-shaped limiter attached. Feed the secondary webbing through the guide pulley, making sure there are no twists and that the webbing lays flat through the pulley. With the webbing deployed from the power unit and threaded over the guide pulley, adjust the distance between these two pieces of webbing to 8 feet to 9 feet max. Once the webbing distance is confirmed and no twists verified, tighten all the fasteners to properly secure the lift unit, guide pulley, and power supply to their mounting location. Now thread the cam buckle assemblies onto both sides of the webbing ends to prepare for attachment to the 10-foot section of strut. Feed the webbing through the bottom of the cam buckle and out under the buckle trigger. With the webbing hanging straight down, measure 2 to 3 inches toward the center of the strut. This is where the attachment point hardware is to be installed onto the strut. Note that the attachment point hardware are sold separately. Use the hook on the cam buckle assemblies to attach the attachment point hardware on the strut, making sure there are no twists in the webbing and that the excess webbing is facing to the outside of the light bar. Pull on the end of the webbing to raise the light bar to approximately 24 inches above the grow bed. Doing both sides and resulting in the light bar being level to the ground and suspended 24 inches above the grow bed. Wind the excess webbing on the outboard edges and use the supplied Velcro strips to secure the main webbing section. Give the installed device a thorough inspection, checking that the mounting retainers are properly fastened, the webbing has no twists, and no other mounting related issues are visible. Make sure the unit is plugged in and powered up. If all is tight and looking good, you are now ready to use the Horizon Lift Light Mover. Warning: the webbing is already fully deployed from the factory, and it is preset to retain 1 foot of webbing on the spools. There is a red indicator line on the webbing. Do not allow this to move out from the lift. With the Horizon Lift installed, powered up, and the Horizon Lift app loaded on your smartphone, cycle the lift through its range at least 3 full cycles to verify the lift is installed correctly. To cycle through the range, press the up button to lift the bar until the safety stop switch is activated. Then press the down button to lower the bar to the lowest point above your plants. Do not hold button down when rubber disc makes contact with the safety limit switch. Refer to the Horizon Lift app instructions located at www.horizonlift.com for operation. While testing, if one side of the lift gets higher or lower than the other, you can select a single side to control for re-leveling the light bar. See the app instructions for details. Once you have tested your lift, you are now ready to attach grow lights to the light bar using eye bolts or D-rings and operate. The Horizon Lift installation is now complete. The Horizon Lift is designed and tested to provide continued use in the grow room environment. Thank you for choosing Horizon Lift Light Mover for your growing operation.